Hello everybody, welcome to Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in beautiful Irvine, California. It is time for some NISA soccer action between the home team, Los Angeles Force, and the visitors, Chattanooga FC. I'm Artis Takari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play live on FIFA Plus via TVE Max. Dennis, good to be here for some middle-of-the-week NISA soccer action, but let's just get right down to business. Things have not gone according to plan for the LA Force whenever they cross paths with Chattanooga FC.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding so far against Chattanooga. 2 matches in Chattanooga at Finley. LA Force has been outscored 6-1 in those matches. 0-2, of course, and this is the last time they'll face Chattanooga during the regular season. Hopefully looking for that postseason matchup down the line, but this is the only chance they'll get to host them here at Championship Stadium. So they're looking to, come out and maybe, leave a little bit of sour taste in their mouth, maybe, give them a taste of their own medicine, perhaps. So a lot of changes for LA Force tonight from the game on Sunday. Only one change for Chattanooga, right, in the lineup tonight for Chattanooga from that match on Sunday. I think both teams want to win this match. They both want 3 points out of this. Of course, Chattanooga's just devouring points across the league table this season, still undefeated, whereas LA Force has elevated itself over the last 2 months into 4th place. They had a 6-game league undefeated or unbeaten streak going into that match that they lost in Chattanooga on Sunday. And so there's Jacob Hansen coming out. LA Force want to give Chattanooga here, a feeling that they don't dominate them here at home, certainly, that's whatever happened at Finley this year isn't going to happen here at Championship Stadium.
And talk about a unique situation in that here we have LA Force going up against Chattanooga, but they were just defeated 3-1, on the other side of the country, and then just, no time to really think about that match. You just got to get right back to work going up against the same opponent. I mean, how do you think that settles in with the LA Force players?
Well, it is a scheduling quirk, and you have to play the games as they are on the schedule. So, you shrug it off and you be professional about it, and you play the match that's ahead of you on the field. The good thing is you know about this team. You just played them, right? You know a little bit about their tendencies. You know a little bit about what their players like to do and who their pivot guys are. And so, it gives you a sense of perhaps not strength, but at least a little bit of confidence coming into this match.
Gonna get started soon. Clearly, these LA Force players have got to be having that feeling where they're pumped up. They have a score to settle here. They're ready to take care of business. We know Chattanooga is, team to beat in this league, but LA Force at home, this definitely will be an interesting matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if you're able and raise your caps as we honor America and the men and women serving at home and overseas with the playing of our national anthem.
We are just about ready to go, moments away from kickoff And something has got to be brought up that I absolutely cannot forget. The Chattahooligans are in attendance. We have a good crowd on hand tonight. But what have you got to say about the Chattahooligans making that trip all the way from Tennessee?
They travel well. They're here for the 2 games, supposedly here, and then Sunday down in San Diego. You know, to have a fan base in D3 that travels the way the Chattahooligans do, very impressive. You know, you have to take a certain amount of pride in that if you're Chattanooga FC.
When taking a look at the starting lineup of Chattanooga, like we said earlier, only one change in the starting lineup in comparison from a few days ago when these 2 teams played over in Chattanooga. So Juan Luis in the starting lineup, replacing Jesus Ibarra. It's like we said, only one change. You know, what have you got to say? Is it just basically that phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, exactly, a little bit of that. And Jean-Antoine and Aiden Bowers in the back with Richard Dixon, so consistent.
Number 92, Evan Rivas.
And now for the LA Force, Brandon Gomez in goal. And there was actually, I believe, one change at the last moment that we all need to be aware of.
Right, Dex Kynan, the captain, he didn't feel ready to go in warm-up, so Clayton Torr enters for him at center back, sort of a like-for-like switch there. Clayton Torr, very strong center back, but Dex, experienced, you know, that you can't replace. And I think the LA Force will miss a little bit of that tonight. Eric Villatoro wearing the captain's armband. Leopoldo Plasencia has been very consistent this season in midfield, really stepped up his play alongside Justin Jovel. Those 2 have played the pivot, the double pivot there in the back for LA Force this season to good effect.
And what do you got to say about this for for Clayton Torr? I mean, you're suddenly calling the starting lineup. You got to do what you got to do. Definitely excitement there. It's business as usual though for the LA Force.
Yeah, that's a hard hat, you know, lunch pail kind of guy. Clayton Torr is. He's ready to come to work every match, willing to put in a shift. So I'm not surprised he's ready to go.
As we mentioned earlier, LA Force this season against Chattanooga, it has been tough. Both those matches taking place in Tennessee. Recently, just a few days ago, a 3-1 loss. The goals, 2 of a brace from Alex McGrath. The other goal scored by Mutaya Moape. July 1st, when they met also in the same venue, a 3-0 win. Those goals were scored by Aiden Bowers, Marcus Nagosad, and Leonel Alvarenga.
Yeah, they don't call it Fort Finley for no reason. Chattanooga very, very, very good at home. And you know, it's a great place to see a match, to participate in a match, and it's one of the jewels of NISA and has been for several seasons.
And one thing for sure, we could definitely assume that Brandon Gomez will be tested early by this really strong Chattanooga club.
Got the league's leading goal scorer, Naglestad, with 11 goals.
And we are underway. That's Anatoly Prepelita, who comes from Moldova and has actually been capped 4 times for the national team of Moldova. Has also had a stint in Latvia with Spartak's Jurmala.
It's indeed quite the pedigree.
Now Perez with the throw-in. Chattanooga looking to get started fast. The quick touch from Juan Luis. Lost it for a moment. Little bit of a mix-up. Joseph Perez. Difficult to miss tonight, that's for sure. Alex McGrath to Luis Garcia Sosa. Back to McGrath. He's got time. The LA Force players not eager to be pressing so quickly. Prepelita looking for an option. Quickly finds McGrath. McGrath had a little bit of trouble with that touch and gave it away to Casillas, but Casillas unable to maintain possession. Now here comes McGrath. Chattanooga on the move. Justin Jovel doing a good job to break that up, but a better job from Joseph Perez to keep the ball in play.
Number of former Cal United strikers on this Chattanooga FC team now, so a little bit of a homecoming for several of these guys.
And Joseph Perez finding Luis Garcia Sosa. Not much possession yet early on for the Force. McGrath, there was a little bit of contact.
Dispossessed.
But the referee letting these guys play. Casillas to Plasencia, having to make some quick touches. Not surprising at all. LA Force know what they're up against. Clayton Torr. Plays it back to the other center back. That's Edward Salazar. There's Villatoro wearing the captain's armband. Salazar plays it to his keeper, Brandon Gomez. We're in the 3rd minute of play. Majority of possession has belonged to Chattanooga FC. Salazar looking for an option. His pass goes off the head of Joseph Perez. Salazar, nice job readjusting.
Headed by the ref there.
And Prepelita also got his hit on the ball. Whistle's blown. Contact behind the play. Looks like Echevarria and Prepelita having a few words with each other.
It's a mouthful.
And you want to talk about physical players on the pitch. Anatoly Prepelita definitely is one of them. Hard to miss, the big center back.
6'2". I was down on the field with him earlier, and he's a big guy.
Juan Luis, his pass broken up. Diego Casillas plays it back to Villatoro. Villatoro to Brandon Gomez. Has not been easy early on for the LA Force.
No, the high pressure right now from Chattanooga is causing some issues. LA Force need to find the tactical outlet here.
And there it is, finding Edwin Rivas. He elects to switch the field, looking for Casillas. He is able to keep it in play. Casillas against Joseph Perez. Still Casillas with plenty of speed, cuts it back. He's got Villatoro on the wing. Back to Casillas. Looking to cross it. Actually went straight to Aiden Bowers, to McGrath. That's Luis Garcia Sosa. Chattanooga trying to get that move started. Mutaya Muwape had a touch briefly. And this pass looking for Juan Luis. A little bit of miscommunication going right to Eric Villatoro.
Yeah, Luis wanted it on the ground. It was chipped up above.
Clayton Torr getting rid of it quickly. Feeling the pressure from Nagosad. What a nice move and turn from Rivas. He has Quintanilla, and that first touch from Quintanilla, that was the problem. Aiden Bowers, a field he's definitely very familiar with. Trying to play to the outside. Nice job from Leopoldo Plasencia to get into that passing lane. Broke up the pass from Alex McGrath. Rivas on the outside. His ball actually goes straight off the head of Prepelita. And back to the Haitian sensation, Jean-Antoine.
There it is. Good to see Jean back in the stadium here. Had so many good seasons with Cal United. Like I said, so many of those players have found a home here in Chattanooga. I had a nice long chat with Aiden Bowers before the game. Asked him, what is that makes Chattanooga special? And he says it's mostly about the organization, the way they treat the players.
And Casillas will be very busy tonight. Always finds ways to get touches. Almost was able to complete that give and go move with Echevarria. But now here comes Chattanooga.
Very nearly a nice combination play there.
Nagelstad punching that one into the penalty area, going straight to Brandon Gomez. So both teams trading possession a bit, but now giving it away. Here's a shot. That one on goal. Brandon Gomez makes it look easy, but that was a good attempt from Alex McGrath.
McGrath had 2 goals on Sunday. He's looking for it again. It's the first shot on goal of the game.
So on the wings, we have Juan Luis and Mutaya Moape. And of course, the central midfielders look for Luis Garcia Sosa and Alex McGrath to be doing the dirty work and try and create as much problems as possible for Justin Jovel and for
Leo Plasencia
for
midfield.
Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez. Absolutely. That long ball intended for Rivas went off the head of Moape.
Something may give tonight. There's only so many zeros left in the NISA table. One of them belongs to LA Force. They have not lost a game here at home this season. The other couple of zeros belong to Chattanooga, of course, who have not lost a match, home or away. And the last 0 belongs to Savannah Clovers, who have yet to win a match at home this season. But, you know, if things go Chattanooga's way tonight, one of those zeros could be knocked off the table, LA Force's home record.
And a shot from just outside the penalty area.
Chested down by Jean-Antoine. Don't even need to use your hands.
Was not a problem for Jean-Antoine, but also keep an eye on some of the giveaways that have been taking place in the middle third of the field. Both benches will be very aware of what's going on, and it won't be shocking if these continue. It won't be shocking if a few changes are made to start the second half.
LA Force under no reason to apply any high pressure.
And that long ball from Prepelita, he was looking for a streaking Moape. LA Force was not going to be burned there. Eric Villatoro with plenty of space. He's got Juan Luis on him. Plays it back to Edward Salazar. Nice job from Salazar to step up, not panicking at all. Played out to the outside. And Delgado. His name has not been mentioned too many times tonight.
Or all season, really.
Villatoro taking the pass from Salazar. Jovel surrounded by white shirts very quickly. Look for Aldo Quintanilla to provide a lot of support and help to Justin Jovel. If he's playing as a lone holding defensive midfielder, he's going to have a lot of work. He's really going to have his work cut out for him tonight.
Yeah, the Sixes, they rely on the midfielders coming back to take care of that space that they have to then cover. So yeah, absolutely. Aldo Quintanilla will have to cover some defensive space.
And the captain for Chattanooga, Richard Dixon, wearing the number 4 shirt, is playing as a defensive midfielder, but he also is able to play as a center back. I think we'll see some different looks tonight from head coach Rod Underwood.
Yeah, Richard Dixon very versatile in the defensive end for Chattanooga. An all NISA player last season.
And some nice moves from Villatoro. Some good link-up play with Casillas. Here's the cross. Should be an easy one for Jean-Antoine.
Not the most comfortable catch, but sticky hands.
So the center backs for Chattanooga, Anatoly Prepelita and Aiden Bowers. The wing backs on the left side, you got Joseph Perez. On the opposite side, the right side, Jungwoo So from South Korea. And we are seeing the central midfielders of Chattanooga alternate positions at times. Luis Garcia Sosa, Richard Dixon, and Alex McGrath. They're going to do everything they can to show some different looks and try and confuse these LA Force midfielders.
Again, Dixon's versatility allows for a lot of that. Sosa can play off of him comfortably. Right now, a little bit of pressure from LA Force.
And Jungwoo So had a little bit of trouble, and Anatoly Prepelita basically just clears it straight to Clayton Tor. So if we see a lot of this from the LA Force, this is what they're going to be comfortable with.
I don't think this is the best we're going to see from Chattanooga tonight. But yes, if you're LA Force so far, first 10 minutes, not so bad.
We've now just entered the 12th minute of play. This is NISA Soccer Action live on FIFA Plus, brought to you by TV Max. Ardith Dakari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play from Championship Soccer Stadium in beautiful Irvine, California. Brandon Gomez looking kind of like a sweeper, actually. And he finds Edwin Rivas. And Rivas so good with his first touches. Really tough to dispossess the ball from him. Justin Jovel. Now Clayton Tor. Tor looking for Rivas. We'll have to keep an eye on this matchup between Rivas and Jungwoo So. Rivas saying it should have been a corner kick for the Force. The officials says otherwise.
Yeah, hard to argue in their corner there. Some deep shadows, kind of getting dark. Hard to see a little bit.
Jung Woo So finds Luis Garcia Sosa. Sosa cuts it back. Looks like he was going to go outside for a moment. The touch from Dixon was looking for Muapi. Was given away straight to Rivas. Now Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez to Quintanilla. Now Salazar. The LA Forest looking very disciplined early on. Looking also comfortable as well at home.
Looking pretty well coached right now in possession of the ball.
Villatoro. Plasencia.
Looking for that ball in behind.
And Prepelita was not going to be fooled on that ball. Goes out of bounds, will be a throw-in for Chattanooga FC.
But Chattanooga, they've already clinched a playoff spot.
And that throw-in from Joseph Perez actually looks like it went off the hand of Eric Villatoro. And yeah, with clinching a playoff spot, they definitely feeling good about themselves for sure.
And on a West Coast swing, you know, we talked to Coach Underwood before the game. He says, we go for every point available all the time. There's no taking our foot off the gas. These players are adults, and we expect them to perform.
The pass from McGrath, looking that time for Marcus Nagelstad. The quick throw in. Going off the chest, actually, of Perez. Broken up. Here come the LA Force. Aldo Quintanilla. He's got space. A little touch to Jovel, trying to keep this move going.
He just pinged off his teammate.
Rivas with a touch, and right back to Prepelita. Goes all the way back to Brandon Gomez. Clayton Torre looking for Rivas. That's exactly who he finds. It looks like a whistle was blown, possibly for a foul committed. The whistle blown. Looks like the referee saying it was Rivas committed the foul. He does not agree with what took place, and that could have been a good opportunity for the Force had the whistle not be blown.
And a little bit of a dangerous play by Rivas, who's on the ground there. And Jung Woo So, the beneficiary of the foul.
Prepelita chooses to play it back to Jean-Antoine. Back to Prepelita. Jung Woo So with an excellent first touch. For the first time tonight, really showing his pace and speed.
You would think that's why he's at right back. He's got an extra gear. We just haven't seen it yet.
Villatoro. Perhaps one too many touches. And it will be a throw-in for Chattanooga, and we are seeing some of these LA Force players getting very frustrated. Seems like a few calls, definitely a few calls that they have not agreed with.
The ball looked like it went off white. Play on.
Joseph Perez. And looks like it will be a goal kick.
Yeah, he initially signaled for corner kick and then changed his decision.
Well, one thing's for sure, something's got to change, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and say that you got to have consistency. That's all I pretty much could add to that. Because we're not even 20 minutes in, and definitely the frustration is building.
Referees are human, Art. They're just people.
Well, I'm just talking about the frustration building. That's all I'm saying.
Ultimately, he made the right decision, correct? It's a goal kick.
Well, initially, I thought we were going to have our first corner kick of the game, actually.
I did too, and then group around the referee arguing.
Edwin Rivas, nice move from Delgado. He's got Santiago Echevarria. He is able to cross it. Can he find Quintanilla? Jean-Antoine coming out.
That was very 50-50 there. It was a good ball in. Quintanilla was there, but Jean-Antoine just rise up. Got a little bit higher. Protects himself. A little bit of a collision there.
You got to like the aggressive play we are seeing from the LA Force, and also Oscar Delgado, showing off his speed as well.
Yeah, just
when he's been given the opportunities.
Just 3 days off from the game in Chattanooga. This game looks like both teams are up for it.
Ball's back in the play. Naglestad getting his head on it. That's Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez, unable to keep possession. McGrath taking a tumble. No whistle, obviously. Was a clean play. Both teams, of course, putting in lots of effort. It's going to get a little physical. Quintanilla looking to keep possession. Nice job from Jungwoo So to keep possession. Quickly found Mutaya Moape. Aiden Bowers to Joseph Perez.
McGrath coming back to play center mid here. Next to Dixon. That's interesting.
Luis Garcia Sosa did not get a very good first touch. That's Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez. It's taken down. Whistle's blown. Will be a free kick for the LA Force.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt. It's come down on the back of his heel there. That's that'll make you wonder why you're playing soccer.
We'll wait for a few minutes. This will obviously add a little bit of stoppage time to the end of the first half.
Referee said that one was pretty tough to miss. His shoe came off.
That definitely says a lot. Whistle's blown. Ball is back in the play. Rivas to Delgado. Richard Dixon stepping up to break up that move. Ends up being a throw-in for the Force. Rivas quickly taking it. Delgado had it, and he's able to get it back. Very good play so far tonight from Oscar Delgado.
The aggression has been there.
It will be a throw-in for the LA Force. Rivas finding Quintanilla. Trying to get it back to Rivas, but it goes out of bounds.
A little bit of a cheap giveaway there.
I was about to add, definitely disappointing when you're that deep in your opponent's third of the pitch. You got to take advantage of those opportunities, especially against such a great team like Chattanooga FC. Casillas, very quick thinking, finds Villatoro. Villatoro's ball going into the penalty area, looking for Quintanilla. Just a little too far. Will be a goal kick for Chattanooga. We've played 20 minutes. We remain scoreless between the LA Force and Chattanooga FC. NISA Soccer Action, live on FIFA Plus, brought to you by TV Max. Perfect weather tonight in Irvine, California.
Look at those colors in the background. It's gorgeous.
McGrath getting things going. Looking for Moape. Did not get the best first touch. And if you don't have the best first touch and Edwin Rivas is on you, you're pretty much not going to be able to keep possession. Clayton Tor looking to switch field. He's got Casillas. Casillas feeling the pressure from Joseph Perez. Taken away. Juan Luis had it for a moment. Luis Garcia Sosa surrounded by LA Force players. Perez nicely readjusting to find Richard Dixon. Now Prepelita to So. Richard Dixon, the captain of this team, a very patient player. It definitely will not panic, whether he's playing as a defensive midfielder or as a center back.
No panic from either side tonight. Pretty confident ball movement so far. I think both these teams are very well versed in each other, having just played against each other on Sunday.
A nice play from Santiago Echevarria, providing support. Was able to poke that ball away, went straight to Delgado. Now Clayton Tor, his pass basically goes to no one. You want to obviously say a little bit of miscommunication.
But he's following the game plan, and the game plan looks to be work that left side. Let's see if we can't find some joy getting that ball to Rivas on the wing.
Prepelita to Aiden Bowers. Bowers gets it back. Juan Luis playing today on the left side as a winger. Joseph Perez did not get the best touch on that pass, but it did go to Aiden Bowers.
Bowers looks like he's trying to regrow the dreadlocks from college.
Bowers that time looking for Louis. We do see a little bit of the, I don't want to really call it the shakiness, but not really so much, shaky play, but, there's some, the middle third of the pitch at times, it's been difficult for both teams to really win that battle.
They're responding to a little bit of pressure, I think, from LA Force in midfield. LA Force is not showing the effort to provide a high press tonight, but when Chattanooga gets the ball in midfield, it very much looks like the game plan is to try and dispossess and earn the ball back.
So Echevarria was brought down. Whistle was blown in favor of the LA Force. Villatoro playing it to the outside to Casillas, and he was fouled behind the play by Juan Luis. Villatoro still down. We have to wonder, will we be seeing our first booking of the night?
Referee decided to come back and call that one back, even though Force had a bit of an advantage.
And we know the Haitian sensation is in goal for Chattanooga, but there is also another player on the pitch who comes from the same country, and he's wearing number 17. That is Juan Luis.
And he was late to the play on that one. He's lucky not to earn a card.
I think his next foul definitely will be getting himself in the book. Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez.
Is that high pressure again from Chattanooga?
This time provided by Marcus Naglestad and Luis Garcia Sosa.
Garcia now playing forward. We've seen him everywhere from center defensive mid to now playing that left forward spot. A little bit of total football maybe from Chattanooga. Or is it just Sosa's that good?
Now one sent out of bounds, high into the air. Looks as if there was some contact that Aiden Bowers was not thrilled with, but it will be a throw-in for the LA Force. Villatoro quickly gets it to Salazar. Out to the other center back, Clayton Tor. He actually given that one away, but what a nice play from Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez. Excellent play. Really don't know what more we can say about that one.
Might have saved a goal. Tora just giving the ball away. Hospital pass.
Very fortunate that LA Force, is not paying some kind of consequence for that. Brandon Gomez finds Edwin Rivas. Seems to be one of the norms on this LA Force team. Just get the ball to Rivas. Always so dangerous with his physical presence and that dangerous left foot.
Always one of the league's top assist men. Just a bad giveaway from Tor. But Plasencia, what a tackle. My teammates would say, buena.
Anatoly Prepelita keeping possession a little longer. Able to find Jung Woo So. That one goes into the air off the head of McGrath to Moape.
Frenetic right now.
Now is Justin Jovel to Oscar Delgado. Trying to get past Jung Woo So. Whistle is blown for the push. We've mentioned before some of the frustration building, but on that play, an easy call for the official, in my opinion.
I think that was a little bit of our pregame talk, too. Is you're going to see a little frustration, these two teams matching up for the second time in 4 days. A little bit of pent-up frustration from Force. And, of course, Chattanooga not wanting to give an inch.
Luis Garcia Sosa looking for an option. Playing it back and forth with Richard Dixon. Prepelita and Bowers actually doing the same.
Again, no high pressure on the center backs from Quintanilla or any of the Force forwards. There's Casillas. Bowers just trying to pick a pass here.
Now one going off the head of Clayton Torr. Now off the chest of Dixon. And Justin Jovel looking for Echevarria. It's going to be very difficult for him to win that battle with Prepelita, that's for sure.
Yeah, Prepelita's a little, not just a little bit, quite a bit of a mountain of a man.
Edwin Rivas heading that one down, gets it back, looking for Echevarria. And that's definitely a battle, a one-on-one battle we have to keep our eyes on. Echevarria and Prepelita. There's definitely some contact, and yes, the official is having a talk with them once again. I think this time more so, though, with Anatoly Prepelita.
You always see the second one, right, as the referee.
There's Leopoldo Plasencia to Diego Casillas. Now Quintanilla had it for a moment, poked away, sent high into the air by Prepelita. Off the head of Torr, and actually went straight to Juan Luis, but Luis did not get the best first touch, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, this new surface here that they've laid is pretty stiff.
Now it's Salazar. He's feeling the pressure from Naglestad. The pass given away to Perez, that time looking for Casillas. Things settling down a bit in this first half.
Yeah, both teams prodding a little bit, trying to find a weak spot. Nothing yet.
Mutaya Moape, a native of Zambia. He's able to find Luis Garcia Sosa. Moape brought down behind the play, and he's actually still down. But Chattanooga wanting to keep possession and play advantage, but now it goes out of bounds. Moape is still down, actually. Hard to really, let's see, we look at the replay. It's hard to gauge what exactly happened. I want to say maybe an arm or hand towards the neck area.
I was going to agree exactly. It looked like a hand or an elbow up in the neck. Man can't breathe. He can't play soccer. I think that's Karate Kid.
Definitely was not an ideal situation, but fortunately it's a good thing that Moape is okay now. And you mentioned Karate Kid. I just right away can't, the first thing that comes to mind is sweep the leg. But let's hope we don't see that tonight. And LA Force abiding by fair play. Give it right back to Chattanooga.
Sportsmanship, something we didn't see very often in the Karate Kid.
or at all for that matter. We're in the 33rd minute of play. Los Angeles Force 0, Chattanooga FC 0. We're just wondering which team will find that go-ahead goal. Or could this be, or does this game perhaps have that recipe for one of those classic stalemates?
Well, we've been fortunate this season, seen a number of goals at Championship Stadium so far this campaign. We have avoided the dreaded scoreless draw to this point.
At this point, with being in the 33rd minute, I think the appropriate question to ask is, will we see a goal in the final minutes of the first half?
We've seen plenty of those too, haven't we?
Now McGrath with a good move, finding Luis Garcia Sosa, but trying to take on too many players wearing black. That one broken up by Justin Jovel. Now switching the field, finding Eric Villatoro to Casillas. Back to Villatoro. Nice play from Joseph Perez to get his foot on it to break it up. Will we see a counterattack opportunity?
Chattanooga's got numbers.
And you can see at times Marcus Naglestad calling for the ball. McGrath with the pass to Moape. Still Moape plays it to the outside. That time looking for Juan Luis, unable to connect.
Just too heavy for Luis. Yep, Force 5-2-0 so far this season at home. Chattanooga 4-2-0 in away matches.
Sent high into the air, that clearance. And that long ball from Edward Salazar. Jean-Antoine is like feeling the pressure a little bit from Santiago Echevarria. Jean-Antoine obviously not going to take any chances. Now Clayton Torre has no choice but to play it back. That was Mutaya Moape. Definitely hungry for the ball. Jovel to Salazar. Villatoro playing it back to Brandon Gomez.
Gomez just standing on it. A lot of time.
And Jovel.
There's a foul.
Brought down, will be a free kick for the LA Force. We're definitely hearing our fair share of comments about some of the referees' decisions, that's for sure.
That was 100% a foul.
And that clearance looking for Echevarria. Can Delgado bring it down? Was not going to be easy with So right there, but now Rivas with space on the left side, looking to cross it. Did take a deflection. Joseph Perez able to get to it.
Force has had the ball in some dangerous positions here in the last 10 minutes.
Now it's Edwin Rivas saying that it should be a throw-in for the LA Force. He thought it would last one off of Mutaya Moape. The official says no. Jung Woo So with the throw-in, able to get it back. The touch from Dixon, back to So. Now that ball going all the way back to Jean-Antoine. He has no choice but to clear it high into the air for a throw-in for LA Force deep in Chattanooga territory, but he had no choice. He had to do that, otherwise it was going to be a corner kick. So nice heads-up play from Jean-Antoine.
Kicked it high off the stadium shade.
Now Justin Jovel, his cross looking to whip it into the penalty area, but not many options there for the Force. Joseph Perez chasing it down, keeping it in play. Did not want it to go out of bounds for an LA Force throw-in. Aiden Bowers to Richard Dixon. McGrath receiving the pass from So. Moape, there was a shirt tug there. And of course, Plasencia knows it. But the quick restart, Luis Garcia Sosa able to find Juan Luis, but hold on, the flag comes up.
Yeah, he was riding that offside line, and he was off. A quick restart. Caught Forest back line almost on their heels. They were up for it, though.
Nice work by the Force to hold their line in the back.
Gomez seeing a lot of action tonight.
And that time it was Plasencia. Unable to keep it in bounds. Will be a throw-in for Chattanooga. Aiden Bowers, plenty of space, plenty of time. Prepelita. Moape. Rivas whistled for the foul from behind. He's got to be careful with those, unless he wants to get himself in the book.
Moape's gone down a couple of times so far tonight. Maybe not quite up for the physicality in tonight's match.
The wind starting to pick up a little. Looks like we went for a while without having that breeze here in Irvine, but it is here tonight.
Yep,
it is here tonight for sure.
With that offshore flow.
Dixon finding Luis Garcia Sosa. Now to the outside to Moape. Still Moape to Garcia Sosa to Dixon. Looking that time, trying to get another touch to Mutaya Moape. Was unable to. Clayton Torre got to it. Now Delgado was unable to keep possession, but does go out of bounds. Last touch from Jungwoo So. Throw in for the LA Force. Rivas to Delgado. Villatoro to Casillas. Nice moves from Casillas. He'll go anywhere on the pitch, that's for sure. Rivas taking the pass from Tor, cutting it back. Was able to keep it in bounds, keep it in play. Justin Jovel switches the field to Villatoro. Now it's Plasencia to Casillas. Plays it to the outside to Villatoro. The pressure from Chattanooga obviously pays off in that situation. And of course, looking at the personnel on the field, we know Echeverria is playing up top as a striker. His wingers on the right side, Casillas. On the other side, it's Delgado. And we see the central midfielders of the LA Force doing what they got to do. A busy night for them. Justin Jovel, Leopoldo Plasencia, and of course, Aldo Quintanilla providing support. And at times also, pushing up as well as the attacking midfielder.
It's about finding that final ball, though. Force have had the ball into the area a couple times here in the latter part of the first half, but nobody's there to show for it.
Now Casillas trying to work the give and go with Quintanilla. And at times it's been tough at times for LA Force. And we've not seen Chattanooga getting a clear-cut scoring opportunity. And earlier we talked about the approach from head coach Rod Underwood and what Chattanooga is looking to do tonight. But, I've got to be honest and say it that, in as many words as I can possibly say it, I'm not going to say they're playing for a draw, but we're not seeing that many opportunities for Chattanooga. You have to wonder, are we going to see some changes in the second half?
Well, Coach Underwood said, we don't change what we do. We're very consistent in our setup and our personnel. It's about trusting them and empowering them to do their job. McGrath had 2 goals in the game on Sunday and has been pretty absent aside from some spots in center midfield tonight. Where are the goals coming from right now? Because they're not coming from Marcus.
A touch from McGrath to Prepelita. The previous club he played for, Moldova, Balti. Jung Woo So able to find McGrath, and that's a good pass from McGrath to Moape. He had an okay first touch, was unable to maintain possession, but Clayton Torres sends that one out of bounds. Will be a throw in for Chattanooga deep in LA Force territory. We are in the 43rd minute of play. We still remain scoreless, but we're now into those crucial last minutes of the half.
This is where you cannot let concentration lapse if you're LA Force.
Now playing it to the outside. That's So. McGrath getting the last touch. Edwin Rivas now to take the throw in, perhaps. Yes, he is for the LA Force. Finding Delgado. Will be another throw in for the LA Force. We're now in the 44th minute. And we know the LA Force, of course, will obviously be going for the win. But to go into the interval scoreless against Chattanooga, it's something they cannot be upset about.
No, you have to feel pretty good about the way you've played if you're LA Force. Connected well out of the back. Maintained possession well.
Moape with a throw-in.
That's about how you enter into the second half, and we've seen plenty of times where something happens crazy here in the last 90 seconds to turn the game.
I think we can expect perhaps 1 or 2 minutes of stoppage time. Joseph Perez has had a busy night tonight, that's for sure.
Another one of those former Cal United strikers.
He's actually from Anaheim, so clearly he's got to have a supporter section here tonight.
A little bit of home cooking.
Jung Woo So to Aiden Bowers. McGrath to Louis. And that is a good ball to Perez. Edward Salazar trying to win that battle, was unable to. It will be a throw in for Chattanooga deep in LA Force territory.
It's one of those moments.
A throw in going straight to the feet of McGrath. Luis Garcia Sosa tried to get in on the action, was unable to get a touch. Joseph Perez was looking for Moape to make a run.
Tried to send it into that space.
It looks like there's about, I'm going to say, probably 1 minute of stoppage time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated that a minimum 1 minute of stoppage time will be added at the end of the first half. Thank you.
And they'll probably let just Brandon walk this one out and let the time tick off the clock.
Will we see an exciting finish to this first half? Now Clayton Torre with a nice run. Now Quintanilla brought down, that was Echeverria, brought down from behind.
Bowers with the foul.
It's a free kick. Quickly off the restart.
Nobody in the box though for LA Force.
Now here it comes from Casillas. That one just going high over the bar. I want to say carried a little bit by the wind.
Caught the wind, I think. I would agree with you.
And I think that should pretty much be just about it for the first half. Can't imagine Jean-Antoine is in a hurry to get this one back in the play. Yes, and this goal kick will be the last kick of the first half. And that is the end of the first half. LA Force and Chattanooga FC 0-0. Neither team able to find that goal in the first half.
I think that's about what we thought would happen here for the first 45.
Into the first half.
Competitive, right? Some real strong 50-50 challenges. A couple of fouls, no cards. Teams that are well used to each other and want to get something out of this match, but they don't need to get it in the first 45. So here we go. Second half coming up.
This is NISA Soccer Action live on FIFA Plus, brought to you by TV Max. Art Takari along with Dennis Poe from Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine, California. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half. Welcome back to Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in beautiful Irvine, California. We are ready for the start of the second half between the Los Angeles Force and Chattanooga FC. Art Iftikhari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play on FIFA Plus via TVE Max. Now, Dennis, we're ready for the start of the second half, and no goals in the first half. You know, can we see some changes, or do you expect to see more of the same? It seems like both teams are not really in the mood for wanting to take those risks.
I think we're going to see some changes for LA Force.
And one of them for sure, it appears to be Kostiatin Domaradzki, who has come on.
Nailed it.
And he is from Ukraine. Actually brought up through the academy of Karpaty Lviv.
He's only made a couple of appearances so far for Force. Working into the system here. Yeah, for Chattanooga, they lead the league in goals with 33. Force is third with 20 goals. And of course, Chattanooga also has the league's best defense, only having allowed 6 goals this season. So it's no surprise they're in the catbird seat in league, having led the league all year. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of urgency at the moment from either teams in this game. Maybe the second half will show us something different.
And it looks as if Domoratsky has replaced Diego Casillas in the lineup. And we are underway to start the second half. What will we see in the second half? Will we see some goals? That, of course, is the huge question. Nice turn from Aldo Quintanilla. Will he be able to get a shot off? He does take a shot. That one going very high. Actually, not very high, but pretty high and wide. But right from the get-go, we also saw these Chattanooga players just, off and running, and that almost, could have proved to be, could have been costly. But Quintanilla did make a nice run, did have a nice turn, did take a shot. It was not on target, but he did try something.
Dangerous looking run through midfield. Dixon had a little bit of issue keeping up with him too. Wasn't the most comfortable in defense. I think Quintanilla is going to want that one back. Get his head back over the ball.
And that's Prepelita who had it for a moment. Able to find Jungwoo So. Luis Garcia Sosa trying to work the give and go with Richard Dixon. Unable to connect on that last touch.
That's an idea, and a lot of the playmaking is run through those two gentlemen this evening, Dixon and Sosa.
Edwin Rivas with the throw-in. Did find Delgado. There was some contact, and Delgado whistled for the foul on Dixon.
Dixon potentially impeded him there. Referee did not see it that way.
And the one change we're talking about, that appears to be the only change so far. So we continue to see Santiago Echevarria appearing to be the lone striker. Perhaps we're seeing a different look from the LA Force. Delgado's on the left wing, Domoratsky as the right winger, Quintanilla and Plasencia playing as the central midfielders. And right now it looks as if we're seeing Justin Joel as the holding defensive midfielder. But of course, this LA Force team is known for showing different looks. The pass from Prepelita going straight to Clayton Tor. Right back to Prepelita. And his header was not able to get much on it. Went straight to Delgado. Now Quintanilla with a good first touch. Still Quintanilla. Knows he has Villatoro for support. Now Domoratsky. A nice move brought down. It will be a free kick for the LA Force. And Domoratsky has also had stints before with SC Dnipro 1, also in Ukraine.
Well traveled.
So a free kick for the LA Force. Have not been very many free kick opportunities tonight.
No, not very many set piece opportunities at all. 0 corner kicks so far.
And this free kick will be taken by the always dangerous Edwin Rivas.
Not to say one of the league's most dangerous left feet.
And here it comes. Does take a bounce, but goes straight to the head of McGrath. Now Moape plays it back to McGrath. Switches the field off the head of Dixon. Now Juan Luis back to Dixon. He's got Delgado on him. Makes a good decision as he gets the ball to Nagelstad. Now to the outside to Moape. Still Moape. Actually gives that one away. Quintanilla to Domoratsky. Now Villatoro. Villatoro looking to push this one up the pitch. Looking for Echevarria. Whistle is blown because of the foul committed by Aiden Bowers.
Bowers with the hold.
Quintanilla gets this one back into play. Justin Jovel to Rivas. Now Delgado. To Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez. Nice touch. Very nice touch. Now Domoratsky with the cross. This one, though, going straight to Jean-Antoine.
With a nice catch from the Haitian sensation.
And that cross was sent in by Konstantin Domoratsky, the second half sub. So far, the only change of the night. Rod Underwood obviously content with the personnel and the players he has on the pitch.
Yeah, all high character guys in Coach Underwood's eyes on this Chattanooga team. Only wants high character guys. Players calling for a handball against Bowers there as the ball popped up. The referee says forget it.
Aiden Bowers, and that ball, he was looking for Moape. Nice play, though, from Eric Villatoro. Very heads-up play, no pun intended.
Smooth. No real urgency at the moment.
And that pass broken up by Delgado to Quintanilla. He was obviously looking for Domoratsky. Loses possession.
This might be a card, no?
The referee just not, does not have that sense of urgency to bring out those cards. I mean, sooner or later, one's got to come out.
We've seen that rise to the level, though, of a booking this season. So a little surprised not to see that there against Quintanilla.
There will be a free kick for Chattanooga FC.
Referee's not interested in any extra paperwork tonight.
Will this one be floated into no man's land? Can't imagine that there will be a shot on goal from here. Playing it short instead, and actually broken up, going straight to Quintanilla. Quintanilla was unable to maintain possession. Nice job from Juan Luis to poke it away as it went straight to Dixon. But now it's Echevarria. His pass, and the whistle is blown, and it will be a free kick, actually, for LA Force in a very dangerous situation.
Right outside the 18 here. Referee was 20 yards at least from the play. We saw Quintanilla get dragged down by Purpalita.
Like you said, Quintanilla brought down by Anatoly Prepelita, and an excellent opportunity for the LA Force to get someone on the score sheet. So who will be taking this free kick? Looks like it will be Santiago Echevarria.
That's right.
And Jean-Antoine telling his guys where to be on that wall. Whistle is blown. Here it comes from Echevarria. He shoots straight into the wall. Gets it back. Can he shoot again? Yes, he does. That one, though, going a little wide, but there was a deflection, and it will be a corner kick for the LA Force.
First corner kick of the night for Force. Echevarria gets a second take at the bite at the apple there. Just wide.
I think it's fair to say that with this being the first corner kick of the night, the Force has not been very strong tonight.
We were waiting for that.
And here comes the corner kick.
Ball pinged in. Pinged back out.
And definitely tempers flaring a little bit in that penalty area. Now Edwin Rivas with the cross. That one broken up by Prepelita. Ball still in play. Dixon, now to Naglestad. Chattanooga obviously not having the majority of numbers. Naglestad holding it up, plays it back to Luis Garcia Sosa. Looking for Naglestad once again. Dixon brought down, will be a free kick for Chattanooga.
Dixon covers the ball. so smartly. Feels the pressure from Plasencia. Takes the foul.
McGrath to Luis Garcia Sosa. And we could hear the Chattahooligans making noise tonight. What a fan base they have. What a fan base Chattanooga FC has.
That's got to make Chattanooga superfan Dan Creel pretty happy. Just kidding. He's a Bobcats follower. But he got a sweet bucket hat from Chattanooga. Apparently Chattanooga FC makes bucket hats. Who knew?
And Prepelita nearly has it taken away. Nice play from Santiago Echevarria. He did get a touch on it, was unable to get possession, but creating trouble nonetheless. Now Clayton Torr playing it back to Gomez. The ball bouncing a little bit, kind of shaky. Now that one given away. McGrath was unable to keep possession. He's actually brought down, and it will be a free kick for Chattanooga. Now we just have to wait and see. Is there something extra that's going to be coming here from the official? And yes, we are seeing our first yellow card.
It's the Amarillo that we've been waiting for.
Yeah, the first yellow card of the night. I want to say looks like it was given to Edward Salazar.
McGrath charging towards the penalty area. Jovel had to get physical with him, trying to get the ball back.
Okay, so like you said, so not Salazar then. Yes, it appears it was.
Yeah, Jovel.
Yeah, Justin Jovel getting himself in the book. Excuse me.
A little out of control there with his right leg reaching in.
So a free kick for Chattanooga, who will be taking it. Want to say it could be McGrath or perhaps Marcus Naglestad. I think this one's going to be put on frame, that's for sure.
Marcus is on top of it.
And here it comes Naglestad. He does take a shot. Oh, Brandon Gomez able to make a save, but he put that evil swerve on it by hitting it with the outside of his right foot.
Had some thunder behind it for sure.
Edwin Rivas looking to clear it. Looking actually to send it deep towards Echevarria. Ball finds its way right back to Rivas. Now it's Salazar.
Got to try and settle the ball here.
Villatoro to Domoratsky. That time looking for Plasencia. Unable to connect. Will be a throw in for Chattanooga. And yes, looking back at that replay, like you said, what a shot. I mean, like you said, some thunder on it. I mean, to me, almost like a laser is what I kind of want to call it.
Yeah, put his laces behind it for certain, which creates that unpredictable swerve. You were right, he got it on frame. Right at Gomez, though. He was ready for it.
Aiden Bowers to McGrath. Back to Bowers. Now Joseph Perez, that's a good ball. Should be onside. Moape does need some support, does need some help. And he was actually looking that time for Luis Garcia Sosa. Unable to connect. Now Delgado. McGrath putting his hands up, saying, I didn't touch him. Rivas. There was a touch from Echevarria, back to Rivas. Now Plasencia. Good job at switching the field, but Quintanilla unable to keep possession. Cannot be having those. You're trying to start a move and trying to start something that'll eventually end up in a good scoring opportunity.
Do we have any heavy boots after 60 minutes of play here?
I think it's fair to say that. I mean, I think we're going to see some more changes soon.
Temperatures dropped a little bit too.
Definitely action on both benches. Players from both teams ready to come in. Like you said, approaching the hour mark, it's got to be that time to bring on some fresh legs. Moape. Now to Dixon. Luis Garcia Sosa to Dixon. Dixon maintaining possession, actually loses it. Echevarria now. And the LA Force gets something going. That pass from Jovel, intended for Domoratsky, broken up by Joseph Perez.
Pass is just not sharp enough through midfield. predictable, easily picked off. Both teams pace not at their typical level.
Naglestad to Moape.
Half step slow maybe.
He had Jung Woo So on the overlap. Instead, chose not to go to Jung Woo So, giving away Quintanilla the other way now for the LA Force, but unable to get past Alex McGrath.
A bad giveaway.
You talk about what you mentioned earlier, you talked about heavy boots. Well, I'm sure some changes will be coming soon. Will we see Naglestad pull the trigger from outside, plays it to Moape. Moape cuts it back, still Moape. Will he want to take a shot? He's got Luis Garcia Sosa. Nice slide tackle from Oscar Delgado.
Yeah, Quintanilla's given the ball away twice there because of his lack of footwork.
A throw-in from Jung Woo So. I think some of the LA Force players didn't like that throw-in. Prepelita to Dixon.
Yeah, somebody should provide some pressure here for LA Force. Cannot allow Chattanooga to control the ball like this at the top of your area.
One thing's for sure, I think we got to see some more fresh legs coming on for the LA Force. Obviously, some changes will be made for Chattanooga as well. That ball almost able to connect with Naglestad. Goes right to Brandon Gomez instead.
I think a switch for Quintanilla is imperative. You have to have somebody who can chase up top and create some pressure, and a turnover or two here and there to push the attack forward from midfield. You can't be doing all the work from the back, starting with Gomez. You got to create some luck of your own at the center circle. Put some pressure on Chattanooga's back line. Quintanilla is not the guy right now. He's lumbering a little bit.
Trying to work the give and go was Luis Garcia Sosa and Richard Dixon. Not much coming from that move. Brandon Gomez sends it up the field off the chest of Domoratsky. His pass goes straight to Quintanilla. Quintanilla playing it to the outside to Oscar Delgado. The cross from Delgado took a bounce, parried. Moape had it for a moment. Now So, his attempted clearance went off the head of Rivas. Moape has it again. McGrath now to Prepelita, and his pass going straight to Edwin Rivas.
Chattanooga not doing themselves any favors at the moment.
We have played more than an hour. We still remain scoreless between the LA Force and Chattanooga FC. This is NISA Soccer Action, live on FIFA Plus, brought to you by TV Max. We are at Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in beautiful Irvine, California. Art of Takari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play. That long ball from Brandon Gomez looking for Edwin Rivas. Goes out of bounds instead.
Into the traffic there in front of Antoine. It's a good ball in. Right kind of idea.
So no pressing right now from the LA Force. McGrath to Bowers.
When you play against some of the league's best goalkeepers, you have to make the goalkeeper make an initial movement before a real shot comes in. You have to get them going the wrong way. To shoot it straight at them, Gomez, Antoine, McRuva from Michigan Stars, it's too easy. You have to make them do more work.
And Quintanilla, that time, was probably looking for Domoratsky. And his pass not connecting with anyone. Luis Garcia Sosa. You just know he's wanting to make that pass that will connect with Naglestad, where he'll have an excellent opportunity to put it away. But just a lot of those opportunities have not really been coming. You got to credit the work of these LA Force center backs tonight.
Yeah, they've really closed down on Sosa well tonight. They know he can be a danger man. Covers a lot of ground. We've seen him play front to back tonight.
Motaya Moape. Now back to McGrath.
Just a nice stroll in the park tonight, I think. Some of these players just kick the ball around. Run around a little bit, get some cardio. Is there a goal in this one, you think, Art?
That's a good question. It really is. So I think earlier tonight, I did mention that this game does have those ingredients to, to produce a stalemate.
A couple of goose eggs.
Now Juan Luis, he's got Domoratsky on him. The pass to Perez, trying to get it back to Luis, broken up by Domoratsky, but his pass goes straight to McGrath. Joseph Perez looking for Luis. It's played back to Gomez instead. Villatoro, his pass actually given away. We're seeing a lot of giveaways. Will we see a goal though? Moape to McGrath. That time looking for Juan Luis. It's still McGrath. Will he have an opportunity? There's the shot, but it did take a deflection, and it will be a corner kick for Chattanooga.
This will be Chattanooga's first corner kick of the match. McGrath doing some dirty work here.
Nice defensive play from Edward Salazar. Sticking his foot out in the right place at the right time. Set piece opportunities always dangerous. What will we see here from Chattanooga? Will they play it short? Prepelita is in the penalty area, the big center back. Not surprising at all. Here comes the corner kick. This one a little high into the air. The header across the penalty area, the shot, and it's into the net, unable to clear it. Chattanooga takes the lead, and it is Mutaya Moape.
Doing backflips in celebration. Moape gets the final touch. LA Force defenders couldn't do anything trying to clear it off the back line, kick it into their own net. May go down as an own goal, but it was Moape who put it on goal to make it dangerous. And Chattanooga with a 1-0 lead. Yeah, Rivas got a touch on it. Tried to flick it up over the bar. Only flicked it up into the upper netting. Chattanooga come to Southern California, and they got a 1-goal lead right now.
And the Chattahooligans are making their presence felt. We hear them chanting. We see these big flags. Chattanooga with a 1-0 lead. That goal coming in the 66th minute.
We were just talking about a goal, too. Maybe made it a little unlucky for the Force. But Chattanooga, then again, makes a little bit of their own luck. They provided that pressure and created an opportunity in front of goal. That's what they've been doing all season. Their league-leading 34th goal of the year.
So it's been announced, Mutaya Moape getting his name on the score sheet. Some may say that possibly it's an own goal, but either way, Chattanooga has a 1-0 lead. And how will this change things up for the LA Force? They're obviously ready to bring on some fresh legs. 3 players, to be exact, appear ready to come on.
They're at the refs table, yep. Some changes coming up for Force. Who have now been outscored by Chattanooga 7-1 this year. But you know what? I talked to Matt Force earlier. And here comes Rivas again.
Rivas taking the pass from Clayton Torr, and actually will be a corner kick for the LA Force. Are they going to wait to make those changes? Or do they want to make those changes right now? Yes, they will. They are going to make those 3 changes right now for this corner kick. So we will see, looks like Oscar Delgado and Leopoldo Plasencia are coming off. And so is, I want to say also, looks like Eric Villatoro is coming off too. So we are seeing Ronaldo Lomelli coming on.
Big Francis Avose.
There's Francis Avose as well, yes. How could we miss that?
He's going to come in and take the corner kick straight away.
Looks like actually it's Rivas.
Oh, it is Rivas. You're right.
So Moja Hale, Ronaldo Lomeli, and Francis Avose have come on. Here comes the corner kick from Rivas. Headed away, looks like it was Prepelita who got his head on that. Last touched, looks like by Jovel. And a throw in for Chattanooga. So we are now in the 70th minute of play. So Moja Hale, Francis Avose, and Ronaldo Lomeli have come on. And they have replaced Eric Villatoro, Leopoldo Plasencia, and Oscar Delgado. So I call it the, we heard of like the double switch, the triple substitution we call it.
Line change in hockey.
Yeah, better term, I gotta say, much better term.
A little surprised to see Quintanilla still on the field.
Now it looks like we are about, and soon we'll be seeing the first change of the night for Chattanooga. Jung Woo So plays it back to Jean-Antoine. That one will not be staying in play. And yes, hold on for a moment. It is now time to see a substitution be made for Chattanooga.
Well, we were promised a lot of changes tonight from what we saw in Sunday's game. We just took 70 minutes to see them.
And Luis Garcia Sosa will be coming off. He's had a busy night tonight, that's for sure.
Covered a lot of ground.
And the Chattahooligans saluting Luis Garcia Sosa as he comes off the pitch. It looks like coming on will be Lionel Alvarenga.
Another former Cal United Strikers player.
So Alvarenga is on for Luis Garcia Sosa. Ball's back into play. The throw in from Rivas. Able to find Avose. Now Jovel wanting to take a shot.
Winds up, but it's way wide.
Look for the LA Force to try and test Jean-Antoine as much as possible, whether it's, whatever, it's got to be whatever they can get.
That wasn't a bad opportunity, really.
Now playing it back to Jean-Antoine, looks like a little bit of trouble there, and there was Francis Avose to provide the pressure, but now back the other way, here comes Chattanooga. That ball is onside. Juan Luis McGrath, will he want to turn and shoot? Was on the best situation. The touch from Naglestad, and now the header trying to get it back to Gomez. That is exactly what happened.
Great job by Gomez getting off his line and chasing that down. That's not easy to do. When your defender heads that back to you, and all of a sudden you have to react to that.
And it was Edward Salazar who headed that one back to him for a moment. Had to be thinking, was it going to go out of bounds for a corner kick? But Brandon Gomez refusing to let that happen.
Chattanooga doing a good job holding on to this lead. It's the pressure that gets to you. They say pressure creates diamonds, Art.
That's what I've been told.
It's a long process, though. Patience is key.
Now looking at the personnel on the field for the LA Force, it actually appears that Plasencia is still on the pitch, and it does appear that perhaps it was Quintanilla who did come off for the LA Force.
Yeah.
So Avose right now is playing up top as a lone striker. He's got Echevarria, Moja Hale, and Domaratsky right behind him.
Yeah, I think we may have confused Echevarria for...
So yeah, so Plasencia Hernandez is still in with Justin Jovel as the defensive midfielders.
Yeah, the two pivots still sitting above the defense.
So Echevarria now has changed to a attacking midfield role, And we do see Moja Hale playing on the right wing, and now Domoratsky has switched to the left side. Now a good pass to McGrath. He finds Moape on the overlap. Still Mutaya Moape. Moape faking the cross, brings it back. Now So. Once again to Moape. Can Moape win that battle with Edwin Rivas? Won't be easy. Definitely has the speed, but not the size. Nice play from Domoratsky. Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez plays it to the outside. Now Moja Hale, one of the subs who just came on. The touch from Mavose, wanted to get it back to Moja Hale, but instead, now it is Plasencia.
Generalissimo in midfield right now for LA Force.
Can the LA Force find a way to get that equalizer? They've been patient tonight. Have been playing a solid game, that's for sure, but they find themselves down 1-0. The goal scored by Mutaya Moape in the 66th minute. It's off a corner kick. The LA Force unable to clear the ball to safety. Had more than one opportunity. Edwin Rivas had that last opportunity, but did not get the right touch on it. Went into the net.
I think that'll go down in the unlucky category.
Alvarenga recently just came on for Luis Garcia Sosa. Dixon playing it back to Bowers. To Prepelita.
Dixon with yards of space, bags of space.
Joseph Perez. Now once again to McGrath, and we see this Chattanooga team comfortable with a 1-0 lead, definitely in control now. Still plenty of time left for the LA Force to find that equalizer. Broken up. Now it's Domoratsky. Injury behind the play. Keep playing on. The shot from Domoratsky. Looks like it did take a deflection.
Got a player down behind the action, though.
And it will be a corner kick for the LA Force, but hold on a moment. This is not looking good behind the play, as we can see. Calling for the trainers.
I think that's Plasencia that's down. Looks like a cramp. Maybe not. No, not Plasencia. Oh, yeah, into the back of it was Echeverria's feet, yeah.
They'll definitely add some stoppage time.
Yeah.
Echeverria is now up on his feet, definitely something you always want to see. But will we see another change for the LA Force? And I think we will. I think that's exactly what we will be seeing.
Echeverria's going to have to come off the field, though.
And I want to say from here, it looks like he's about to be replaced by Alex Vedamanikam.
Vedamanikam. He corrected our pronunciation before the game. We were joking around about it.
Just doing my best. That's all I can say. Yes, and he has come on. So Alex Vedamanikam has come on for the LA Force.
Another former Cal United Strikers player.
And he also had a stint overseas in Germany with the U18, with the under-18 team of Eintracht Braunschweig in Germany. And that time they were a member of Bundesliga 2. So that definitely was a great experience for the young man who comes from New Mexico.
Also said he spent some time in Spain playing just before the pandemic shut down, and then found his way back here to the United States and Cal United Strikers.
So he's on and ready. Can he be that spark that the LA Force needs to find the equalizer in this match against Chattanooga FC?
He's got the pace.
and he's definitely dangerous from long range. We've seen it before. The header from Justin Jovel to Konstantin Domaradski. Now Edwin Rivas to Veda Manikam. The cross, a chance in front. Yes, it's a goal. We have found the equalizer in the 80th minute. It is Francis Avose. Just like that, we are tied up at 1.
Veda Manikam comes on, makes a difference immediately. His first touch, golden to the boot of Avose. Avose does the rest, almost into an open net. Like Jean-Antoine did not expect that at all. Yeah, great touch there from Avose. Comes sliding in. Terrific goal. 2 substitutions making it happen for LA Force, getting them back in this game with the equalizer in the 80th minute now.
And we were just talking about Veda Manikam about basically could he be that spark? Definitely is a huge spark, huge help for the LA Force. We are tied up at 1. What a pass, what a finish. Quick thinking from the LA Force. One touch passing, gotta love it.
Number 99, Francis Avose.
Roche's 3rd goal this season for Force, I want to say. We're having some conversations on the field right now. We got 10 strong minutes left to play. Looks like the ref is sending Edwin Rivas off the pitch. And now back on.
So that goal coming in the 80th minute. And now we can only just say, what kind of finish do we have in store for tonight? Will one of these teams be, who will get that? Will we see a game-winning goal in these last minutes of the match? But now we will see a free kick for Chattanooga in a pretty favorable situation.
Match is opening up a little bit. More opportunities are developing as the players either get more physical or a little more loose.
And that time it was Juan Luis who was brought down by Ronaldo Lomelli.
Referee trying to stay on top of this game. It's a difficult task, though. These are 2 very talented, well-coached teams.
So this free kick going to be taken by Alex McGrath or Leonel Alvarenga.
You're looking for the head of Purpalita right here, don't you think?
Now it is Alvarenga. They did not send this one into the penalty area. A little surprised from what we just saw. I was kind of looking back at it now and just saying, what was the point of that free kick?
Yeah, they did 0 with it.
The throw in from Lomelli, looking for Veda Manikam. Does go back to Lomelli, but wait, whistle behind the play will be another free kick. Another foul committed by the LA Force.
A little tug from behind here on this one.
Now Juan Luis still has it. And wait, brought down, and it will be another free kick, and the LA Force players just irate with this decision from the official. A free kick in a very dangerous situation.
Force need to be careful about the mass confrontation around the referee.
We'll have to look back and see what we saw in the replay.
Luis dancing through the defense. Placencia comes in.
He got a touch on the ball, but did he get a touch on the man first, or was it both simultaneously? Either way, the LA Force players, the men in black, not happy at all with that call.
The Naglestad
And you just
Thunderstrike.
know Naglestad wants it, but is it in the right place for him, where he just wants to tee off like he did before?
It's a much different position.
I think we got to see this one on net. It cannot be something similar to what we saw before. It looks like it will be Naglestad. Here it comes. That one going straight to Brandon Gomez.
Right into Gomez's mitts. His breadbasket covers up. Suck some time off the clock right here. Naglestad's going for it, though. Not shy about it.
Always dangerous. Whether he has the ball, whether it's in the run-up play or from a set piece, Naglestad knows what to do with that ball.
I love how there's no question about who's taking the free kick for Chattanooga FC.
Now Juan Luis trying to make that turn. Stopped by Ronaldo Lomelli. It will be a throw-in for the LA Force. From over here, I want to say it could have been a throw-in for Chattanooga, but I think the official pretty much said, no, this is going to the LA Force, period. But now, unable to keep possession, Naglestad, will he want to take a shot from long range? He does. going off the back of Rivas. Now Alvarenga able to bring it down. Plays it back outside to Mutaya Moape. Still Moape. Will he be able to cross it? He does. Does take a deflection. Going off the leg of Edwin Rivas will be a corner kick for Chattanooga. We're in the 85th minute of play.
Moape tried to blister it in there. Top of the 6. Swift defensive kick there. Keeps the ball out. It's Chattanooga here an opportunity for a set piece.
And will it, and of course you gotta wonder, will this, will Anatoly Prepelita find some space? He's got Francis Avose on him. Both players of similar height. This corner kick will be taken by Moape.
In-swinger.
Now here it comes from Moape. Maybe in a header from the back. That was Bowers, but unable to put it on net.
Bowers is crafty, sneaky around the goal. He's got a couple this season for Chattanooga already. He's got a nose for it. Scored a ton of goals in high school.
And the goal kick taken by Brandon Gomez. Unable to keep possession, and that's a good pass from Alvarenga to Juan Luis. The cross looking for Naglestad. Nice play from Clayton Tor. And then it's Lomeli knocking it out of bounds. So it will be a throw in for Chattanooga. And we are seeing Chattanooga continuing to knock on the door. They want that winning goal.
And Chattanooga still breaking lines with passing. Got to worry Matt Morris and the LA Force just a little bit here in the late stages of this game.
They're definitely in for an intense finish. The fans in attendance definitely getting entertained tonight. The throw in to be taken by Aiden Bowers. You know he'll be launching this one into the LA Force penalty area. Here it comes from Bowers. Will we see a flick header? Actually, the ball was headed to Brandon Gomez by one of his teammates, but nonetheless, actually there was a whistle blown for some contact, so it would not have counted anyways if it was a goal-scoring opportunity.
Gomez is there though. Had it covered. Now wearing the captain's armband for Force after Eric Villatoro left the match.
Plasencia able to find Francis Avose. He's got to do something quickly with it. He does. That time he's looking for Veda Manicam.
Trying to return the favor.
And that time looks like Veda Manicam was whistled for the foul for bringing down Joseph Perez. And you just talk about the energy that Veda Manicam brought when he came onto the pitch. I mean, you just saw him walk on. He's, he has that energy. He's ready, jumping up and down. I mean,
immediate impact. Yeah, that's what you want from your attacking bench players, right? Is to come in and make stuff happen.
He's got to be thrilled with what he's been able to do from the short time he's been on the pitch tonight. But he's hungry for more.
Now it's all about effort, right? You got to close out this match the right way if you're LA Force.
That pass intended for Juan Luis, broken up by Ronaldo Lomeli. And the LA Force trying to get something going. And that time it was Moja Hale who was unable to keep possession. A long clearance went off the head of Clayton Tor. That was a tough battle trying to win that one with Marcus Naglestad. Sent out of bounds by Edward Salazar. Will be a throw in for Chattanooga as we are in the 88th minute.
Coming down to it here. Can Force hold on to earn something? Chattanooga at home. Does Chattanooga have enough gas in the tank to earn a game winner here?
They've only made one change tonight, so clearly they have some fresh legs available. And that throw-in, whiffing on that throw-in, something we don't see very often taking place in these NISA matches.
That was a rec league throw-in right there.
I want to say maybe a little bit of Butterfingers or something like that.
Yeah, he should have wiped his hands off maybe.
Ronaldo Lomeli taking the throw-in, the quick touch to Vose. Now very quickly to Rivas as they switch the field. Rivas has plenty of space. Does he have the support? Plays it to Konstantin Domoratsky. Still Domoratsky. He gets it to Leopoldo Plasencia Hernandez. Clayton Tor. We are now in the 90th minute. You got to assume that there will be at least 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time. Edward Salazar. Still Salazar. Is he going to want to take a shot himself? A center back looking more like a midfielder. The cross from Rivas. Headed away by Prepelita. Now faking that shot. Here's Domoratsky. Brought down the penalty area. That is a penalty. The referee blows the whistle and points to the spot. Unbelievable.
What a break for LA Force. Domoratsky doing the hard work, dribbling into the area, drawing the contact, and doing a fair bit of acting as well.
Konstantin Domoratsky brought down in the penalty area. An easy call for the official. Who will be taking this penalty kick? I think we've got to assume that it will be Francis Avose to try and give LA Force the win.
And it's So that made the foul. Been a pretty quiet night so far for him. An ill-timed challenge. But somebody had to grab this game by the scruff of the neck. Right? I think it's Domoratsky at the moment. Is he going to step up and take the kick?
I'm sure Domoratsky would love to take it, but you just know. You just know.
I think it's the big man.
It is Francis Avose wearing number 99. You just know, yes, he is going to take this penalty. So Avose, this is an interesting matchup. There's no way that this is a gimme. Francis Avose against Jean-Antoine, the Haitian sensation. We are in the first minute of stoppage time. The whistle is blown. Avose exhales. Here it comes. Avose shoots, and he scores! LA Force take a 2-1 lead.
Improbably. Francis Avose comes in and gets a second half brace as a substitute and putting Chattanooga on their heels at the moment. We're in extra time, and LA Force holds a 2-1 lead. Who would have thought?
Unbelievable. What a second half we have been experiencing ever since the 66th minute when Chattanooga took the lead through Mutaya Moape. Now LA Force has a 2-1 lead. Jean-Antoine moves early. Francis Avose says, thank you. We take a 2-1 lead.
Francis, a little hezzy step there. Got Jean-Antoine to move. Antoine dove to his left. Nice, easy, slotted shot into the back of the net from Avose.
And now everyone at Championship Stadium in the mood to do La Chona. But there is still time left.
We have not heard an indication of extra time yet.
Unfortunately, we have not, but there's got to be a few more minutes. What does Chattanooga have left in the tank? Will they how will they respond? Well, they've just won themselves a corner kick.
Shocking turn of events, though. We're not done yet here, though, folks.
So a corner kick for Chattanooga. This one will be taken by Marcus Naglestad.
Just trying to kill the ball into the goal right now in swinger.
A tense feeling for both teams. Here it comes from Naglestad. Went straight to Moja Hale. Not out of the woods just yet. McGrath plays it to the outside to Naglestad. Whipping it into the penalty area. Off the head of Salazar. Maybe a chance for Alvarenga in the penalty area. Will we see a shot? Takes a few deflections. And it will be another corner kick for Chattanooga. Lots of emotions in that LA Force penalty area.
All of a sudden, a very heightened sense of urgency. We were missing urgency from this match in entirety in the first half, and we have it all right now.
And hold on just a moment. We will see a substitution being made. So Mutaya Moape is coming off. Yes, we're going to see some height being brought in for this corner kick. And it looks like that's, I want to say, it looks as if to be, yes, it looks like it's Taylor Gray coming on. So here's the corner kick. Moja Hale getting a touch once again. Dixon sending that one high into the air. Now Joseph Perez trying to bring it down. Justin Jovel instead clears it. So trying to step up. He does put it high into the air. And that's Lenny Lopez who just came on the cross. Maybe a chance in front.
That was definitely a chance there from Naglestad, who's now rolling on the ground. It was very much a 50-50 challenge there in the end.
And you have Jean-Antoine coming out towards midfield saying that there should have been a foul for a penalty kick for Chattanooga.
He just wants it back.
We'll have to look at the replay.
Impossible for Jean-Antoine to see from that distance. An entire 50-50 challenge there.
And that cross was sent in by Lenny Lopez, who actually also just came on.
And I don't think that's Taylor Gray, right? That's
Yeah, it is Lenny Lopez. Yeah. It is Lenny Lopez. Everything just happened so fast, that's for sure.
We are buzzing here at Championship Stadium at the moment.
The goal kick taken by Brandon Gomez. How much more stoppage time will there be? We've already played 4.5 minutes. You got to assume there's maybe just 30 more seconds left. I can't imagine that there would have been 6 minutes of stoppage time. Now quickly taking the throw in. Now Lenny Lopez trying to keep it in play, was unable to. Will be a throw in for the LA Force. And I'm sure these LA Force players and fans just have that feeling of, telling the referee, blow the whistle already, just end this one. We want this 2-1 victory. We want all 3 points.
Yeah, Force players can hear the whistle in their ears already.
That throw in from Lamelli, looking for Avose. Now this one going high into the air, looking for Lenny Lopez. Lopez trying to bring it down to his feet, having trouble in that corner. And looks like it will be.
Somehow managed to maintain possession.
Is it a throw-in or is it a corner kick? Yes, it looks like it is a corner kick.
No, that's
no, correction. It is a throw-in, almost like a corner kick. Aiden Bowers now to take this. Throw-in. He'll be launching it into the LA Force penalty area. This might be the last opportunity of the night. And here it comes. Will we see a flick header sent out? Joseph Perez is able to keep it in, plays it back to Jean-Antoine.
How much more time is on this referee's watch?
Sent into the penalty area. That time it was Lopez with a flick header.
Gomez will just stand on it.
Brandon Gomez, obviously not in a hurry to pick it up. He finally does corral it. We have played 6 minutes of stoppage time. Is that all she wrote for tonight at Championship Soccer Stadium? Gomez with the quick throw to Avose. He's got Alvarenga on him. The long pass to Moja Hale. Can Moja Hale put it away? Still Moja Hale. There was some contact.
The referee says no way. I'm not going to give 2 penalties.
Now McGrath back the other way. What a finish we have in store. Juan Louis to McGrath. Can he get it back to Louis? Almost did.
But he earned a foul.
So yes, a foul. The whistle is blown. A free kick. This has got to be the last opportunity of the night.
A quick yellow to Lomelli here for standing over the ball.
This has got to be the final opportunity. And here comes the free kick. It looks like it will be taken by McGrath. Will he float this into no man's land? Headed by Prepelita. Unable to get that one on frame.
Way wide.
Will be a goal kick for the LA Force.
No, it won't be.
And there is the final whistle. What a finish. What a victory. Los Angeles Force with a 2-1 win over Chattanooga FC. And days ago lost 3-1 in Tennessee. What a victory.
Yeah, a big switch from Sunday. Francis Avoce, man of the match, 2 goals late in the game to give Chattanooga their first loss on the season.
And we look back at what took place. Moape scoring the first goal. Edwin Rivas could not clear it, but what an equalizer. And also what a pass. What great ball movement as Avose finished off that pass from Vedamanicam. And of course, cannot forget about the penalty. Francis Avose, calm, cool, collected.
Earned by Domaevsky, though, who again took the game by the scruff, earned the penalty.